Today we're tearing down the AD5X Hotend assembly. I've removed this one from the unit just to give you a better view of everything. You can see that there's a USB port on this one. This is the version 1 of the assembly. The version 2 has the cable coming out the back. I have other videos that show you how to remove the Bowden tube, so I didn't show that here. Alright, let's start getting this thing apart. So we're going to remove the front cover. Luckily with the AD5X there's no cable to hook this up. It's just magnetic, and then there's 4 pins that go into the pins there on the Hotend assembly. Now we're going to remove the nozzle from the unit. It's best to remove the silicone boot first, then release the tab on the Hotend to release the nozzle. The tab can be a little bit tricky to get undone and to reattach. If it doesn't feel like it's going back together right, it's usually because the nozzle's not in the right position. So definitely move it around a little bit and just make sure that you have it in the right spot. The heatsink there is just held on by magnets, holds it closed against the copper part there at the top. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the top housing. The top housing is held on by 2 screws. They are a number 2 hex. You'll also notice the tab there. That also holds the top housing to the rest of the assembly. So we're just going to pull it. Comes off there. And then you can see there's 2 additional screws that hold the top board onto the assembly. Now if you're removing the heater or the fan to replace those, you will need to remove some of the cables from the board. Some of the cables are glued into place, so just be careful. You might have to scrape away some glue. This is the filament retention clip. It clips under the black tab that you'll see here. And when you push that down, it actually releases the Bowden tube assembly from the top of the unit. So let's take the screws out of the top here. I don't unhook all the cables in this video, just because it's kind of a pain. But it just gives you an idea of how to remove the control board and what's all attached there. So you have a heater, you have the heat brake fan, you have the drive motor, and you also have a filament sensor on this unit, as well as the, I don't know if I mentioned the heater. Now we're going to remove the heat break heatsink. This is held on by 2 screws. They're also a number 2 hex. The original version of this hot end did not include this piece. The second screw really won't come out unless you loosen up the other screws in the hinge, so I don't end up taking it out here. Now let's remove the heater from the unit. To remove the heater, you have to remove the extruder gears, the whole cutter assembly, the heat break fan. Pretty much the entire unit needs to be stripped because all of the wires run behind everything. There are 4 screws that hold the heater core in place. And there are 2 sets of wires that come from the heater core. The thinner of the wire is the temperature gauge, and the white wire is the power. And as you can see, it's ran behind everything, so the rest of the unit has to come apart before we can get that out. I'm assuming that that copper piece there is the actual temperature probe. It would make sense for its placement too, right at the end of the nozzle. And these 4 screws, they look very similar to the board screws that are in the top of the board. So now let's remove the filament cutter. So there's 2 screws on the front here that we remove, and then there's a plastic retention clip. Alright, there's the plastic retention clip that just came out. And you can see it in there where the... We'll speed it up. This is where the filament actually gets guided down through, and then it's sliced through there. And here are the 2 screws that hold that in. Okay, and you can see the blade. So now we're going to remove the housing for the lever. There's a spring here, so make sure it doesn't fly out. As you can see, that spring actually sits on that little knob inside of there. And then there's a filament sensor that's connected to the side of the extruder gears. Luckily for us that they actually glued the filament sensor spring in place on these units, so it doesn't get flying like it does in my Anycubic. And then we're going to remove the screws from the gearing assembly here for the extruder. And we're also going to remove the filament tension screw. This is the screw that puts tension on the filament when it's coming through the gears. You're actually pushing in a spring when you screw this one in, and this is the only flat-headed one in the extruder gear housing. And there are 4 screws that hold this housing in place. So you can see we got the 4 screws out here. Now there is a lead that connects to this. That is the filament sensor. And it is glued in place on this unit. But you can safely remove this since they glued the spring in place. This is just the sensor. Man, I was worried when I took that off there. And that is the 1.5 hex screws to get those out. And that is the 4 screws. You'll notice that these screws have like a taper on the top of them. And then the filament tension screw is flat. And there's me giving some props to Flashforge for that. Now you can get this unit apart. So I started it with a pair of tweezers and then I was able to pull it straight up and off. There are 2 bearings on each side of the main cog. And then there is the tensioning assembly here. That's the tensioning assembly. It looks like on the AD5X they've actually made this a plastic housing. And they have revised this on the 85M series as well to include the plastic. But this piece right here you're seeing was metal. Not the main cog that we're seeing now, but the black piece there. And this is the standard spring assembly. And as you can see, we have to remove the heat brake fan to release the cable for the heater. There are 2 screws that hold that in place. And you'll note that the heater cable actually routes under that fan, and a little indent in the housing there, and then there's a couple clips that it comes up through. And that's the whole disassembly. Please like and follow for more.